In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my Poshmark listing critiques. I love doing these because I get to review a listing specifically for someone and then share with all of you on the channel action items that they can do to improve this listing. And the goal is to get this item to sell faster, and to sell for more money based on all of these action items and tips that I come up with and share. And so I hope that not only the person getting the listing critique benefits, but all of you benefit as well. Download your free reseller resource guide today. I constantly update and share with you discounts, favorites, tools, and resources to help you with your reselling business. After the video, click the link in the description and get your totally free guide today. Hi Joni, it's Rebecca the Reseller here. Thanks so much for joining in on the fun with these Poshmark listing critiques. I really appreciate you offering up one of your listings for me to review and critique for you. I love doing this, and I really hope that any of the action items or improvements that I suggest will help you get this listing sold and help you benefit even more listings that you have in your Poshmark closet. And then making these videos available to others really helps everyone, and that's my goal. So thank you so much for participating in this. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna go through everything from different points about photos to the title, to the description, to the pricing. So we're gonna cover everything we can, and I will give you some additional information at the end. And thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get ready. Okay, let's dive in. We have a Poshmark listing critique here for Joni. She has submitted this listing for me to take a look at. And usually I start off with the photos. I go into the title, then the description, and then the pricing. So here we have a BCBG Max Azria Tulum short sleeve faux fur zippered T-top, size medium. Great. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So your first impression is always with the photos, and so it's always great when you can offer a stock photo. The only thing here is that probably on a phone or maybe even just a thumbnail on the website, it looks fine right here, but then when you pull it up, it's kind of like grainy, and so that's not my favorite. If it's the only thing you have and it's the only way to get a good photo, it is what it is, but it wouldn't be my favorite. Like this one is more clear. And so I know that showing the close-up on the cover photo is usually my preferred way, but because this one isn't quite 100% in clear view, we may want to switch it out for this. You might want to switch it out occasionally and see if either one works. I know that when I revise listings or when I relist listings, sometimes I do switch up the cover photo just to see if one or the other makes a difference in getting something sold. So if this photo has been up for a while, consider switching it up for this. I wouldn't necessarily switch it up for this because I think a stock photo is usually always preferred for those that are, looking for visually pleasing things. So I would say consider switching up between the two. But great job on, having the stock photos. You even have one of the back, which is great because it does show that detail. So that's super good. Then we have this. So this is on, it could be a bedspread that you have it on. It actually doesn't look awful. Normally I don't love things on a bed or on the floor. Because this is really white and very textured, it actually doesn't look that bad. It looks nice and clean. It's pulled taut. One of my big pet peeves is like when everything's wrinkled underneath the item. So I'm actually okay with how this looks. I don't particularly love flat lays. It used to hurt my back. I used to do flat lays, and so I really kind of optimize now for hanging everything. And for me, it makes things so much easier. But if you don't mind doing the flat lays, I think this looks fine. You have it laid out really nice. So I have no problem with this, photo. I think it's fine. So we got the full front. We have the full back. We have a close-up of the texture. We have the tag and size. So this doesn't really tell us much. You might want this to get like the style number or something, and so that's fine. And if you include it, there's no problem with it. I think my issue would be is if you had this photo in place of something else that was more critical. But if you have plenty of photos and this is just in there as extra, then that's fine, because it doesn't really tell us anything about the item. Like it says black gray and it says Tulum, which is fine, but it's not giving the buyer a lot of information that they might be considering. Like this tag is more important. And you can't even read it. Okay, so this is really critical for you for this listing as well as other listings in your closet and for those that would potentially be watching this video on the channel. When you are taking tag photos, they need to be intentional. Don't just take photos to take photos. You're taking a photo to communicate the information on that tag to the buyer. That's the point. So when you take this photo, we're telling the buyer this is a BCBG item and it's size medium. And so they can confirm that you didn't make a mistake when you were listing. Because I don't know about you, but I make mistakes all the time. Or my virtual assistant makes mistakes all the time. We're human people. So when you are listing, it's really easy to check it as large instead of medium by accident. And so the buyer can go ahead and look at your listing and then also look at the photos and then be like, oh, she listed this as a large, but it's actually a medium. I'm a large, so this isn't going to work for me. And so that happens. So showing them this photo is important because it makes everybody know that this item is what they're expecting and what is listed. That's why that photo's there. This photo could take or leave. It's not a make or break you. This photo would be important. I would be looking to find out what is the fabric of this item. What is the care? What is the fabric care? What is the washing instructions of this item? And I can't make out anything. So you might as well have not put this. But now you did put it. So now I'm like, well, this tells me nothing. And so I'm going to move on to another listing. So I would definitely retake the photos on this. And if this happens to you often and is in other listings, you need to fix that because that's totally taking away from the whole point of the thing here. And someone may not be getting the information that they're looking for, or you just gave them a reason to click off your listing because you don't have a good photo here of what they're looking for. So I would take 2 photos if it was on 2 separate tags, or 2 photos even if it's on one tag that shows it separately. The what percent is it cotton? Is it polyamide, is it whatever, elastane, and then also, is it dry clean only? Is it machine wash on cold, blah, 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 lay flat. So yes, definitely we need to fix that. I want to make you aware of the hottest, the best deal I have ever offered in my Rebecca the Reseller Academy. To find it, all you have to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will find this right here. Hot deal, best value, all courses and digital downloads for life. This is it, friends. This is as good as it's going to get. I'm giving you everything I have in my academy, all the digital downloads, all the courses for just $20. The best part is if I create a new digital download going forward, you will get it absolutely free. This is the time to lock in the best deal I have ever offered. All you have to do is go to Rebecca the Reseller Academy, scroll down to Hot Deal, and purchase it for $20. If you're wondering what comes in this, it's everything. So you're going to get all of my courses, and you're also going to get all of the digital downloads that I've created, including my keywords list, my listing forms, my Poshmark closet signs. Everything that I have created and everything that I ever will create will be yours for literally $20. So I would also take some more detailed photos. You have plenty of opportunities to include additional photos here. So I think it's a missed opportunity not to include a close-up of the zipper or of like the shoulder area or of the hem. Those are typically places that I take additional photos just to show the details. So that would be something that I would do. Also, I just think you're already in there taking photos. To snap a few extra really isn't that much added time to you. To upload a few extra photos really isn't that much time to you, but it is a big impact on the buyer because it shows to them that you're not trying to hide anything, that you have taken the care to show all these photos, that you've looked at the item, and so there may not be any flaws then. So I just feel like there's a lot more upside to taking more photos and more detailed photos and more accurate photos than downside to you. So I would fix some of those things with the photos. Okay, let's go to title. So BCBG Max Azure, we've got the brand. Tulum is the name of the item. And you have short sleeve faux fur zippered tee top. So you have the tee top in there, so that's what the item is. So you're covering all the main things. Then you have size medium. Because you have, so many opportunities to put keywords, I'm just in the habit of not really writing size or SZ anymore. I just put medium or M, and that does it. I don't need to put any more than that, and that helps me save on characters, save on typing, save on time, and so I don't think size needs to be in here. And I think you could just write M for medium, and that would be all you need to do. Now, zippered is great. It's really, so that's the closure. I don't know if that's the right key, like I guess you can have that keyword, but I would have other keywords. We'll talk about it as we get into the description because you may have them in there, but short sleeve is fine. Faux fur, is that what it is? I don't know. I can't really tell from the photos that's what it is. So if it's faux fur, then that's fine. We'll go back to pricing in a second. Then we have faux. So I think that title is okay. Faux fur, gray, black, and white. Faux fur, gray, black, and white, coated fur tee with short sleeves, full zipper. Okay, that runs the length of the top on the back. The fur is short and textured, but does not add bulk. It is sleek for a lean look. On each side, there is a 2-inch wide black stretch panel that runs from pit to hem to allow a close bodycon fit. Okay, so you're super detailed with explaining exactly how the item is constructed, which I think does clear up a lot of the questions that I have. So now I get, because you can't see in the armpits here, that there's this panel. So you're telling me about this panel, and so that's really helpful. You're telling me a bit more about how this faux fur is situated. So like, I think that's all really good. And if you want to take the time to do that, good for you. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Polyester, hand wash. So you have that information in there, even though it's hard to tell from the tag. So that's good. But if you just took photos of it, you wouldn't have had to type it. So that's good. Measurements, laying flat, pre-owned, in great condition. So, okay, so glad that you have the measurements. I like to do the measurements in the photos. You don't have to do that as long as you include them. I think that's important. Shoulder to shoulder, pit to pit length. So you could do shoulder to shoulder. I like saying armpit to armpit instead of pit to pit. I don't know, it's just a personal preference. Or chest laying flat, something like that. Length is fine. Pre-owned, in great condition. So I have an issue with great, good, all of that, because I feel like it varies a lot from person to person, and it is very hard to convey the description to people. So I love that you say it's pre-owned, but I would push you to have more strict lines with your condition description. So mine says excellent pre-owned condition with no flaws. And so it does say pre-owned, but it goes as far to say that I believe the item is in excellent condition, and there's no reason to think that there's nothing, that there's anything wrong with this item. And so you might want to say it's in excellent condition. I think saying something is excellent is a higher level than even saying great, because what you say is great condition and what I say is great condition might be different. But if two people say it's excellent, yes, it could be different, but I feel like it just even says that there's a higher quality to it. It could just be my opinion. I think excellent is a good word. So I say excellent pre-owned condition, and then I go as far as saying with no flaws. So that's something you may want to do as also, because if you're not noting any flaws, now this just reiterates to the person that I'm saying that there's no flaws and I'm selling it. So you should be, confident that there are no flaws here. And so that just adds to that buyer confidence. So yes, I would add that. Now back to the overall keywords. I'm still kind of hung up on the zipper situation. So it looks like it's an exposed zipper. And so I think that's important to note, because some people like the look of that and some people don't. Yeah, because it is an exposed zipper. So I would say exposed zipper closure. You can have full zipper that runs the length that, you can have all of that. But I think noting that it's an exposed zipper is another element, and someone might look for that. They might like that look. And so that's something that you would want to. So the other thing is it is a tee, it is a top. Some people might call it a blouse. And so you don't have that word in here, I don't think. And so I would include blouse. I think top, blouse, I use kind of interchangeably. So I feel like that's an important one, because someone might just be looking for BCBG Max Azria blouse. And so that would be important. You've got the faux fur. Poshmark VA is a tax-deductible business investment that pays for itself many times over each month. It increases Poshmark sales because it shares and sends offers more than I ever could manually. It handles all my shares, automatic offer to likers, bulk offers, and it can do price drops and relists. When my coaching clients add Poshmark VA, it makes more sales basically immediately. The best part is that you get your time back. More time with family, thrifting, whatever. Get 20% off with code Rebecca the Reseller and the link below. So when you have faux, you can also put vegan. So vegan fur, faux fur, I add both of those because some people look for that on purpose. Again, I'm not really getting the fur vibe from this, but you're saying that it's there, so we're gonna go with that. But for an actual more noted fur look, I would say faux fur and vegan fur. I mean, to me, it looks like an animal print of some kind, or an animal, and it's textured. So like those are two keywords that come to mind that I don't think I see those here. So I would definitely put that as well. You're trying to tell them that it's a bodycon fit, which I associate more with a dress. So you may want to put the word fitted. I don't know if I see the word fitted, but fitted means more tightly fit. Some people search for tight, and so I don't love that because that's not really what it is, but some people do search for that. So you could put fitted, tight, bodycon look, and so that's something that could add 2 additional keywords that basically say the same thing, but you only have one, and now you can capture 2 times more the amount of people by including those 2 additional keywords. So I would include those. I feel like there's more, but I'm just kind of looking at this and I'm a little bit confused by this top. So I guess I see that that's the fur. So yeah, textured, animal print. Yeah, let's stick with that. I mean, I'm sure you could probably come up with a few more. One thing you can always do is search for similar tops and see if you can find some other keywords that other people are saying to describe the same or a similar top, and that might help you. But I feel like if you added just the ones that we've talked, you do have textured, I just saw it now. If you add some of those words, I think that can help as well, especially when it relates to more broad things like textured, faux versus vegan fur. Those are harder ones. I feel like they're more niche kind of topics, but the fit, having the word blouse on there could really bring in a bunch more eyeballs. Or having animal print on there could really bring in a bunch more eyeballs. Those are wide-ranging kind of words that I think just could really widen the search. Anyway, so to price, I think this is priced really high. You may be a person that goes ahead and does crazy kinds of offers, and if you do, then you may want to keep it this way. But I feel like BCBG Max Azria is one of those brands where it used to be so expensive, and I used to buy this brand all the time. I would buy it at the outlets. And you could get a top like this sometimes for like $16, brand new. So I'm not saying that you couldn't get $52 for it, but I think that listing it at $52 is really too high, even though it might have been a $198 top. Like, I believe that it could have been a $198 top. We don't know that to be true because this is pre-owned, and so you might not know that. And it's fine that you put that, I don't care. But I'm just saying, I think that 52 is kind of high for your listing price. I would probably go more along the lines of 35 or 40, knowing that you could then do offers and stuff like that. You would have to do a comp check. Just go ahead and search for something similar, the Tulum top, or just BCBG Max Azria exposed zipper top, or whatever you want to look for. Check out a few of the availables, check out a few of the solds, and kind of come up with a middle of the road pricing strategy for it. But I think that 52 is kind of high for it. You do have it listed as women top tee short sleeve. And I think that might be kind of shooting out some of your market. And if you either left it as women tops and didn't put it at tees or short sleeve, or maybe put it as blouses one, I can't even remember now. I wouldn't put it under tees. I know you're saying that it is, and I know it kind of is, but I would put it either general tops, or I would put it under blouses, because I think that when someone's looking for a tee, I'm not thinking this. I think this is too fancy for a tee. This is too career for a tee. It's not really what I'm looking for. If I'm in tee mode, I'm looking for casual. And so I think that you're missing an opportunity there. Bodycon animal. Okay, so you have animal print there. So that's good. I would still put it in words though. Faux fur. So in general, I think you have some things to do here, but I don't think it's too terrible. I think the price is high. I think that there's a lot of this kind of thing out there, whether it's this brand or a different brand. And so you've just got a lot of competing options to, deal with. But I would keep adding more keywords. I would recheck the comps on it. I would maybe switch up the filter for tees and maybe add in some extra photos. and then you just keep going with it. The other thing is that you need to do all these other sales generating activities, which that's not something to be covered in a listing critique, but those are other things that play into whether an item sells or not. You could have the perfect listing, but if you're not actively trying to sell it through all those other sales generating activities, it still may not sell. So it's just something to think about. All these things really play into it, but I think you're on the right track. I think you have a little bit of work to do, and I appreciate you letting me do a Poshmark listing critique for you. I'm going to be sending you an email, obviously, with the link to this video. So when you watch it, if you feel like this listing critique was helpful to you, was good quality, was something that really gives you a lot of value, and you're excited to go ahead and take some of these actions and tips and put them into place to get your item to sell, I would love it so much if you replied to the email with a sentence or two and tell me that, because that would be a nice little testimonial that I could use to let other people know that I really do try to do my best with the listing critiques. I really want you to succeed. I want you to sell this item and many of your other items. So it would be really helpful to me if you sent back a testimonial. And if you do, I will go ahead and have a coupon code available for you. If you choose to do that, I would love to give you a discount on something else from my academy. Thank you so much. Again, I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching today's Poshmark listing critique. I hope that you got something out of this that you can apply to your own Poshmark listing so that you can help your items sell faster, sell for more money, and just sell. If you're interested in getting a Poshmark listing critique for yourself, I would love to do that for you. In the description is the link to my Rebecca the Reseller resource guide, which is free. And in that document, you'll find the link to my academy, and you can get your Poshmark listing critique there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.